Okay, it it is Monday, October 19th. And I was just going to make a little announcement, but then I had the guitar, so this ended up being a song. But it's one that's already on there a few times. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you, I did a demo for one of my art classes today on how to draw, and I realized a lot of people are asking for lessons, guitar lessons, that kinds of things in the comments, and I don't really teach guitar. I learned very intuitively playing with other people, barely got anything from any lesson, maybe some basic chords at the beginning, so I wouldn't know how to teach someone properly. I'd screw them up probably. Once they get to a certain level, I can play with them and help them probably back and forth. But I do, I'm an art teacher, so I do have another channel, just Jay Shelton. There's probably a lot of channels called Jay Shelton, where I give drawing lessons, and they're not long, detailed lessons. So if you're looking for something like that, don't go there. But they're free drawing lessons. Then it's more like things I'd done in class: portrait drawing, proportion, drawing faces, hair. I just kind of shrink it down to 15 to 20 minutes and do it real quick, so it's not really full, and it's not really giving you a finished product. But if you're sharp, which some of you are, if you're sharp and you have that willingness to learn, it can help you out. Got kicked off the jury duty today. It started last week, come back this week. It was I'm not supposed to get into it, but it was it's a dark crime, and I really just came out and told them, not in these words exactly, but basically that these days my head can't take being in a dark world anymore. That I just didn't want to be a part of it. And then they made me go away, and they asked me again, and realized I wasn't going to change my mind, and they told me I could go, so I left. And I, never missed any classes. I did a real guerrilla type teaching, getting in when I can, meeting on the Zoom, jury back and forth. But since I'm here, I'm going to do one of my old tunes. It's already on the channel, but I've noticed, even though I have a lot of new subscribers and viewers, not a lot of you are going back into the archives too deep. It looks like a few of you are, but not really. So this one was done in one of the early weeks, and then there's another even older one from probably about 25 years ago on here, where I'm playing with Dave Webb and Kossoff. We're doing a studio version that Dave Webb produced up in Boston, Worcester, Mass, near Boston, and that's on there. That's a pretty good version. And on that one, I'm playing guitar, and Koss is on harmonica, and Dave Webb's playing the shaker. But it's one of my favorite songs I wrote, and I wrote it. When did I write The Moon Man? I think late 80s, pretty sure, maybe 90. But I'll put it down in the comments. Also in the comments, I will put the link to the drawing lessons, which is why I was doing this anyway. and the other version on here, it's pretty good anyway. Oh, the other one's the one where the camera drops halfway through. So yeah, it did need to be done again. Maybe I'll do it a little slower this time. I'm gonna have to cut that out. Okay. We're starting the song again. Moon Man. The truth is I never had a choice, and you never had a clue. The flies are circling once again, and I can feel my feet start to move. This is springtime, you're just a joke. Your tail is burning out your ass. I feel the world spin beneath my heels, and I wait for this dizziness to pass. Call me the Moon Man, everybody's happy, till the Moon Man starts to laugh. They call me the Moon Man. Everyone's as blind as Oedipus after his sins of love. As I slip away in the night time, you won't even know that I'm gone. Cry not for what is lost forever. Nothing's real enough for your tears. If you gotta mourn for something, start with the young ones, my dear. Call me the moon man, everybody's happy till the moon man starts to laugh. They call me the moon man. Well, admittedly, that's probably the weakest version of the three that are on this channel right now. Sometimes I feel way different when I go back and listen to it. But it's live and it was okay and it was for you. A song I wrote probably close to 30, probably about 31 years ago I wrote that. I think I wrote it in Connecticut. Probably. All right, you know, I'll come up with something to do in a week or so. I'm not going to let the channel die now that I have all these listeners. Just, I have to stop that series I was doing. I guess that's all. So check below for where to go for if you want the drawing lessons. And, you know, one thing I'm learning now that my channel is getting big enough to, you know, market a little, not market, I don't want to say that, market anything, but to, you know, maybe get some copyright stuff out of it. Like I said, I have to separate originals from covers. That kind of kills spontaneity, but if anybody has any covers they want me to do, I can do, you know, a show of covers. So put some requests in there and I'll look through them. I can't guarantee I'll do them, but I'll look at them. Okay, good night, people.